I'm Catherine. I have a daughter who attends kindergarten, but I'm totally fed up with the socializing among the moms there. Of course, there are some kind moms who are friendly to me. On the other hand, I've caught the attention of the boss mom. In fact, today, I got this message from the boss mom.
Did you know they were signing rules for the kindergarten play?
Yes, my daughter told me. It seems like she got the lead role.
That's right, exactly. I was so surprised when my daughter told me, because I was absolutely sure my daughter would be the lead.
My daughter has never been the lead before, so she's very excited. Up until here, it was a perfectly normal conversation, and I hadn't thought much about what would come next. Then, perhaps irritated by my sharp response, the boss mom directly said,
About that, I really think the lead role should be played by my daughter.
"Excuse me,
Because, don't you think, my child has more presence and leadership? So shouldn't a capable child like her be the lead?
but the roles have already been decided, right? My daughter is also really looking forward to it."
You know, my daughter is very sad because your daughter got the lead. Last year, my daughter was the lead, so she naturally thought she would be this year too. Of course, I thought so too. And then it turns out, your daughter is the lead.
The boss mom started to look down on us like that. According to my daughter, the roles were decided by nomination, and since there were many nominations, it went to a vote. Essentially, my daughter and the boss mom's daughter both ran for the lead, and my daughter won. I decided to tell the boss mom this. It's a bit hard to say, but it seems the role was decided by a vote.
Yes, my daughter told me, but I think there must have been some mistake, because my daughter is clearly more suitable for the lead. Your daughter is, how do I put this, rather plain. She hasn't stood out much before, right? I don't remember her standing out in the sports day or anything.
The play and sports day are completely different, I believe. She's recently been watching more TV, so maybe that's why she aspired to be the lead.
What is that? It's unbearable to have the lead taken away for such a reason. My child just loves to be in the spotlight, but she has the sense to stand out, which your daughter just can't compare to.
The boss mom kept irritating me, insisting that the role should be handed over to her daughter no matter what. Indeed, as the boss mom says, her child does seem like a show-off, but that's just a nicer way of saying it. In reality, she seems like a real brat. Before, there was something that the boss's mom's child didn't like. There was also a story circulating about her making another child cry. My daughter also says she doesn't like her. She's always mean. So, honestly, I was pretty satisfied with the boss mom's daughter losing by a vote. I guess the boss mom just couldn't stand the fact that her daughter wasn't number one. But I had no intention of giving in easily. I didn't want to hurt my daughter like that. I understand it's disappointing, but my daughter is looking forward to it too, so please give it up. That's how I firmly said it. But it seemed like the boss mom wasn't convinced.
Look, me giving up is out of the question. Maybe you should recognize your place. Do you understand what happens when you go against me?
She threatened me like that. Even though she talks about power, it's just her assertive personality that keeps the other moms in line. So it's not like the boss mom actually holds any societal power. Well, I didn't want trouble with other moms either, and I've kept quiet about whatever the boss mom did until then. But I couldn't just back down when my child was being talked about like this. I'm sorry, but I have no intention of telling my daughter to give up the role.
Really? You're okay with that? With that attitude, you're going to regret it. I will never let you into her circle again. If you're going to apologize and surrender, now's your only chance.
The boss mom was being aggressive, but I had no plans to change my mind. I can't think of a reason to apologize, and I won't comply for the sake of my daughter. No matter what you say, my mind won't change. Please convince your own daughter.
How insolent. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Remember this the next time we meet.
It was really unpleasant to be told that by the boss mom, but I was furious too, and I wouldn't regret whatever happened next. If she does anything to my daughter, I'll consult with the principal right away. If the boss mom without any real power tries to cause a significant issue, it's best to press back with even stronger force. Still, I'm prepared to do whatever it takes. I don't mind a direct confrontation with the boss mom. Not all moms can speak up like me. There might be other moms who've suffered because of her that I don't know about, but now that it's come to this, I can't back down, and I won't let the boss mom intimidate me. And so, I confronted the boss mom directly. Of course, not in front of the children, but it happened during a gathering of moms. I knew the boss mom would be there, so I thought about not attending, but I didn't want to seem like I was running away or make her think I was scared, so I decided to go. And the boss mom did what she said she would. Though, all she did was look down on me. She said this in front of many moms.
I thought you were one of the quiet moms, but you're really holding some dark thoughts inside, huh? Even though I kindly asked you to change the rule because I wanted it for my daughter, you cut off my request to make your own daughter stand out and came at me like some kind of monster.
She was claiming things that were and weren't true. But I thought resisting poorly would be useless, and if I got flustered and denied it, it would just play into her hands. So I decided to maintain a dignified attitude. Trying to overturn what was decided by a majority vote seems pretty shameful to me. Besides, it was the kids who decided my daughter was suitable for the lead. It's not like I went and directly begged the teacher to make her the lead.
Kids are fickle, right? Maybe at that time, they just happened to agree with your daughter, but now they think mine is suitable for the lead. So, we should do the vote over.
Redo the vote. Are you serious?
Maybe you should consider your own position. Your attitude right now is what's really outrageous. Basically, you see, our family is all elites. We're on a different level than yours. The lead role suits my daughter the best. Even if a plain child from a plain family like yours takes the lead, there won't be any charm, and nobody would watch it.
Hearing that, I just lost it. I don't think it matters what kind of family one comes from. Generally, if you were truly raised in a cultured household, I don't think your daughter would be mean to various kids as she has been. Isn't your daughter's behavior a result of your family environment and educational approach, allowing her to do whatever she wants?
What do you mean, spoiled? My daughter is an honest and good kid.
And yet, it seems like she's been harassing my child every day because she didn't get the lead roll. What do you think would happen if such a child were to become the center of attention? That would be undesirable for everyone.
You really are cheeky. But you can only talk like this now. My husband works at a top tire company. We're on a different level than your family. If you continue to speak ill of me and my daughter and refuse to give up the lead role, I have a plan.
A plan.
How about we get my husband involved and solve this with money? That would be helpful for someone poor like you, right? Or maybe you were just waiting for such an offer. Poor and uneducated people should just silently accept my proposal.
I felt something snap inside me due to such disrespectful remarks. I found it utterly ridiculous to even bother with her anymore. That's when I decided to use my last resort. Something I really didn't want to resort to. But I thought it was the only way to shut the boss mom up. I took out my cell phone and called my father. Hey, Dad. Sorry to bother you while you're busy. Do you know Mr. A from your company? His wife has been threatening me. She's dissatisfied with her daughter's role in the kindergarten play. She's been making a scene, demanding that our daughter's sex change roles. She mentioned getting her husband involved. So could you handle it on your end?
Wait, why are you calling your father? And what do you mean by your company?
That's when I decided to reveal the truth to the boss mom. Your husband's boss is my father. I thought it would be quicker to have my father deal with it than to bring your husband here. That's why I'm asking him now.
Wait, your dad's the president?
Yes, that's right. Oh, and I have no intention of solving this with money. We have enough money ourselves. The boss mom was speechless with shock. I don't know what kind of person her husband is, so I can't say much now. Considering he's the boss mom's husband, he might be quite the character, but I hope he doesn't get too upset with my father. But the boss mom seemed utterly astonished by this revelation.
If that's the case, you should have said so from the start. I'm leaving now.
And like that, she fled. After a while, the boss mom came to apologize. She was escorted by her husband. I think they came against their wishes. Her husband was profusely apologizing, seemingly scolded by my father.
My wife has caused you an incredible amount of trouble. I'm deeply ashamed. Truly, I'm very sorry.
He kept apologizing deeply. The boss mom, pale-faced, stood by him, but under her husband's urging, she too apologized deeply.
I'm sorry for saying something rude. I just get heated when it comes to my daughter.
That's what she said. I understand getting heated up when it's about your own daughter. But your remarks were frankly too disrespectful. It looked like you were enjoying looking down on others, weren't you?
No, it wasn't that. I wasn't enjoying it.
The boss mom was stammering, but her husband next to her said,
Enough with the excuses. Admit everything and apologize properly. Otherwise, I'll lose my job and we'll be in dire straits as a family.
when scolded like that, she sincerely apologized again.
What I did was utterly despicable in every way. I truly regret it. I'll apologize as many times as necessary. Please forgive me.
She seemed like a completely different person. Well, I was genuinely pleased and relieved that she was finally apologizing honestly. But I was angry about my daughter being insulted, and I didn't want to let her off easily, so I decided to be a bit spiteful. Wasn't it you who said you wouldn't care if I regretted it later?
The
After being told so much, I can't really feel like forgiving you that easily. You know what they say, hindsight is 20/20.
Please. I'm truly sorry for everything up until now. I'll never speak ill of your daughter again. I'll make sure my daughter doesn't act spoiled anymore. We, both mother and child, will reflect properly, so please don't take my husband's job away.
The boss mom was appealing with tears. At that, my mood finally cleared. Remember what you said now, because if there are any lies, I won't know anything about it then.
Yes, we'll never cause trouble again. I'll make sure my daughter behaves at kindergarten. I, too, will not overstep again.
If you say so, that's enough for me. But please, make sure you do. It's your daughter who will suffer if you don't straighten up.
Yes.
I made my point, and the boss mom and her husband humbly accepted it and left quietly. Afterwards, I called my father to thank him. I think everyone is glad the boss mom has quieted down. I never thought I'd have to ask my dad for help, but I'm glad I made that decision early. Now my daughter can play her lead role in the play without stepping down, and it looks like it will be a success. I plan to avoid the boss mom as much as possible from now on. If it brings peace among the moms, I have no other complaints. I'm sure she'll properly talk to her daughter, so the harassment towards mine should stop, and everything is resolved.